Martin. Everybody calls me Cat. And this is Camp Jonathan. I'm out here on Brother Wally's property where I house 3 hives. I typically come out once a week and I inspect the hives and just want to make sure that everything is working and going along okay, that the bees are happy. I don't do anything to help them make the honey. I'm more like a landlord. I just make sure that their hive is free and clear of bugs and things that could harm them. And so I typically like to just peek in and do work really quickly, identify where the queen is, and get back out of the boxes. As we get closer to winter, we'll start preparing them for the fall so that they can hibernate here, right here on the property until next year, once we get another blossom of flowers getting ready to happen. Sorry, I had a hive beetle on me. This is just part of the process of us going through and doing an inspection, and so I'll just walk through that a little bit. I have a lot of bees in this box, which is really good still, even though I don't have a queen. I am pretty confident that the 2 frames that I put from my other hive into this box already hatched and are new bees inside. So this looks really good, lots of activity, and they seem very happy. They're not aggressive bees, so we're just gonna take a peek. I enjoy really working in the community as a beekeeper. I'm probably the only black beekeeper female in the area, which is, I guess I would love to see more. I would love to see more people get comfortable working around the bees. It's hot and it's hard work, and yeah, if you like to get your hair done and your nails done, that might not be so sexy to work up under this hood all day, for a few hours, but I mean, working with the bees is so peaceful, relaxing. It gets you to kind of tap back into nature, and for all the trouble, you get to get a honey flow, which you can either keep for yourself or you can sell it at a local market. I love the way bees work because they are just the most efficient creatures, and things happen to their hives all the time. They have to move and get up and relocate, and they get bombarded with pests and things, but they still work and they're still efficient, and they just make it work in whatever situation that they're given. So that's one of the things I truly respect about the bees, and that they're able to live so peaceably among all the creatures, but yet they don't hold a grudge. Like I'm in here and I'm messing with their cone, and I think my bees know me by now. I kind of let them know I'm here by puffing a little smoke in their hive so that they know it's me. And my bees are super calm, and they just let me come in and help them get rid of some of these hive beetles because they know I'm not here to harm them. So I just believe that these are one of the most efficient creatures, and they just want to be left alone. But if you mess with them, you got something on your hand. So again, all of this right here that's capped, you can see it looks brown and it has a cap on top of it. It's not a free hole. Those are bees that are getting ready to hatch within the next 5 to 7 days. And then the ones that are, you probably can't see it really good. I feel confident in doing this with you. You see the white in there? Can you see the white ones? They're inside the cell?
Yeah.
Those are baby bees. And once they mature to about right when they're ready to be a full bee, which is 5 to 7 days before they get capped, they'll make a cap on top of it like this, and then they will hatch into a full bee. So right now the nurse bees are monitoring the situation and watching them and feeding them and making sure that the cell stays clean and that the beetles don't do anything to them, and then they cap them off and wait for them to grow.
They each have their job and know what they need to do.
Yes, a hive is predominantly made up of all women. So, bees are definitely in danger, and we want to do more to bring awareness to that part. I just went to my local bee conference in Clinton, South Carolina, where we discussed that and how the importance of just, trying to bring up the bee population. We need to do better with just understanding these type of insects. They are not they don't want to be aggressive. They don't want to sting you. They just want to live peaceably and do their jobs. Like, these are one of the only insects that I am aware of that are so very sanitary, and they just want to, work. That's they just want to go from flower to flower, get the pollen, get the nectar, and make honeycomb and just live in peace. They don't have any more of an agenda than that. So I think it's just with the amount of infrastructure happening around the community, things coming up and being built, we don't take the time out to think about tearing down the plants and mowing over the plants, because we want to have this pristine look, across our communities. But we need to think about what that is doing to the insects in that area, especially our bees, because we can't do what they do. We can't pollinate like they do. It would take thousands of people to pollinate just to have the fruits and vegetables that we have, when these bees can do it all for us. So we just need to be mindful about what they do in our communities and just not try to kill them, not try to spray pesticides on them and make them sick. If you notice bees in your area, if you see a cluster or a swarm, call your local bee person or your local bee club. Somebody is bound to be able to go get the bees for you and bring them to a safe space where they can live on a farm or in somebody's backyard, just like this. So right now I am checking for, they did such a wonderful job making this cone. If you can see inside, there's lots of pollen and nectar, more pollen than anything inside of this cone that they're making. This is what they'll feed on. This is a feeding cone right here. This is what they'll eat over the course of the winter to stay healthy. So they'll be packing that full of pollen up until it gets super cold and they can't come out of the box anymore. More pollen, lots of comb. See lots of hive beetles. See how elongated that cell is?
Uh-huh.
And this one too. That's queen cells. These are emergency queen cells. They know they're without a queen and they need to do something about it super quick, or the hive could go. The hive could die. The whole colony could die. So if they end up with two queens, and whoever hatches first will kill the other sister, and she will become the queen bee. So it is they'll make a few queen cells, like 1, 2, 3, and of those 3 cells, whoever comes out first, she will take her stinger and poke it into the other cells and kill her sister.
The one that comes out first will be the boss?
The one that comes out first is the boss. People can contact me through my nonprofit website, which is melanatedmelon.org. And the whole intent of this, for me working with the bees, I always had a passion for the bees, but we're definitely, because of what we do in the community with our nonprofit, we help families that have been impacted by childhood cancer. The honey that we make from the hives, this will go towards our fundraising efforts. So we'll be selling the honey to raise money to help families that have been impacted by childhood